The Ugly Resin Artist here from Crafts Ain't Perfect. Right back at you with another one, Sugar Smack. So Mama is mixing buttons in resin, and I'm mixing colored shells in resin. The reason for this is we're going to pour the buttons into the larger bowl like so. And then I'm just going to feel around and see what's too big or what will protrude, because I do not want to distort the bowl, nor do I want to distort the mold. So I have to place the buttons in carefully, and that's what I'm doing. You'll see me doing that until I'm happy with the way that these buttons are placed down. So just bear with me, because I wanted to show you guys the process of me just having to put the buttons in, slowly but surely. So I get them all in until I'm happy, and then follow me over to the left side, and then I pour the colored shells into the small bowl. And then same thing applies here. You just kind of want to make sure that the shells aren't protruding or they're not distorting the mold itself. And that's what I do. I touch it just to feel it, to see what it feels like. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm touching it just to make sure it's okay. And then once I'm happy with the way that is, I'll spin it around, because I had to see what's happening, Captain. Mama can't see on the other side. Then I topped it off with clear resin. Now I top off the button bowl with clear resin. And of course, I have too much resin, because apparently my math is not mathing. I can't math, apparently. So here we go with all this extra resin, enough to make an entire jar, which is completely out of control. But here we are. So I'm filling it all up, and I'm happy with the placement. I touch it, feel it, make sure it's okay. Follow me back on the left side of the screen. I'm pouring my leftover seashells into a marble mold, and then once I'm happy with the way that that's filled up, you'll see me just fiddling around with it just to try to get it in there, and then I pour a little clear top coat on the back of the jar, and then I pour in a little resin into the lid, and then I drop a bunch of buttons inside the lid, and then you'll see me pour more resin in there, and I'll pull it up, pour it until it's filled up, and I'm still filling around just to make sure that, again, no buttons are protruding out of the lid. And that's why you see me going back and forth to the lid, to the jar, because I want to make sure that these buttons are not protruding in any way. So then I still have a little leftover resin, so I go back over to the marble and I fill it up. Time to demold, baby. Mama's demolding that first bowl with the buttons. Here we are. It looks pretty good. I'm not that mad about it. I really like it. I think it's pretty cool. And then we move on to the smaller bowl with the shells. And I actually really like that one as well. It's not that bad. And then here is the jar with the buttons in it. Let me get that out and then show it around. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's dope. That's fire. And then here we go back with the lid. Same thing. I think that's dope. Totally fire. So then I close it up just to give you guys a view of it, open and close, and I just play with the top a little bit because I like the noise. And that's just because I'm out of control. But then here, my son, Ricky, he made this doggy paw jar. I think it's pretty cool. We just used it with leftover resin. That's why the top doesn't match the bottom. Um, it fits. It just doesn't match. So there you have it. I think that's pretty cool too. Close-up shots of the finished product with my shaky hands. I apologize if the close-ups are always shaky. My hands are terrible at staying steady. I did notice a bubble on the side of the button bowl, but crafts ain't perfect. Thanks for watching.